In this video, we're going to look at Explicit Direct Instruction or EDI. What the thoughts are, does it work, and my recommendations for it. So, what is Explicit Direct Instruction? So I pulled this definition from the DataWorks website, which is an American-based company which I've used for EDI. They state that EDI is a delivery of strategically planned lessons that explicitly teach new concepts for mastery. EDI lessons cover segments which include activating prior knowledge, concept development, skill development, guided practice, relevance, closure, and periodic reviews. So it's a very structured way to get the content across. The difference between, in my opinion, direct instruction and EDI, usually when you hear sort of more veteran teachers talk about, I've been doing this kind of instruction for years. Direct instruction is, here's where you want to end up at the end of the lesson, or your learning objective. We're going to follow a structured approach to get there, which isn't bad, but it's just a different way to do it. EDI is more looking at engagement norms. So every minute or two, you've got students responding, either through mini whiteboards, sort of non-volunteers, think, pair, share, and also you're checking for feedback, or you're checking for understanding. So after each chunk of information, you're getting input from the students. Okay, usually the rule of thumb is if 2 or 3 students in a row get the wrong answer to your question, you're going to go back and reteach that content or that chunk of content to make sure they're learning. So my experience with EDI, I started using it in 2015, came across an article in a paper for a school in Perth which were having difficulty, started to implement it, had some success. I was curious, so I went out to the school and it was impressed with what I saw. It was a year 9 class, pretty difficult school. The students were engaged. I mean, it wasn't picture perfect, but it's definitely, I think, worthwhile in my books, trying it out. For me, I focus on doing an EDI lesson once a week. The way so again, I'm not, no way does DataWorks company give me any kind of resources or sponsorship in any way. It's just the company I use. The reason I did that, all their slides or their lessons are already pre-made. All the student norms, all the segments which I talked at the start of the video or top of the video, and the check for understanding is built into the lesson slides. So all you need to do as a teacher is present that information, which I thought was pretty impressive. So I use it once a week. I'll use it to introduce a topic, and then, or sometimes I might flip it up and use it to revise. So the best thing about the EDI or the slides, which I've been using, it has a lot of student practice questions at the end, which is good. And usually the lesson takes about 15 to 25 minutes to go through. So what I like about EDI, the lessons are well structured and easy to follow, especially being a math teacher. It gives students the logic to go from one step to the next. Usually most of the slides of the lessons incorporates at the top of the lesson how it's going to be relevant to your everyday life, or your relevance to everyday life, which is your hook for students as well, which is good. Learning objective at the top gives them the direction they want to go, and then we'll go through each of those above points, which discussed at the start of the video. The engagement norms I enjoy. Again, companies do a lot of visuals these days and posters. I had to have the posters up in the room for the different types of student engagement norms, trying to get or stick to the minute or two. Every minute or two to have students engaged was difficult at first, but it keeps students on their toes as well. And again, like with practice, it's not going to be perfect to start with. Kids are not going to want to give up answers necessarily or be engaged, but you can work with that and overcome that hurdle. So I do like the focus to it. I do like the relevance to real life. And then, I think my biggest thing is go through a company or go through somewhere, a website, online learning portal, whatever, that already has the bank of EDI resources already made. What I don't like about EDI, schools can go, what I've heard, schools can go pretty crazy with this and want teachers to reinvent the wheel and make their own PowerPoint slides and EDI lessons and things like that. I mean, teaching time sacred enough these days. Let's just cut out the middleman, pay an extra few dollars, and go to a company that has it already there. Okay, it's once you have it all up and running, then all you have to do is just train yourself to use it. Okay, and you'll try it, and it'll be mistakes to start with, but eventually you'll get there. And again, like anything, I think if you overuse it, students can become used to it. So just, I think, stick to once a week, one lesson a week, and then build up from there. It only needs to be 15, 20 minutes. And then, slowly build the students in, have your visuals up, have your engagement norm, different options, you're checking for understanding the posters around the room. Okay, and just try to refer to those as best as possible. If you want any more information, or you have any ideas yourself, feel free to get in contact with me. Thanks for listening, and catch you next time.